Howdy, hi. This is Do Your Job Sports WNBA Picks and Predictions for Tuesday, August 25th, 2026. We're looking at every single game on the slate. Let's get into the video. All right, haven't done this in a minute. We go 0 and 5, bringing our season record to 302 and 319 on the left hand side of the screen. This was for some reason in my saved images on the computer. I believe I recall from childhood that lady is in the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest eyes. Would make sense, but yep, chose her. Might as well. 0 and 5. That was not fun. And to be honest, none of them were really that close. The dream, it tempted you into a false sense of security that they were going to cover the number, but then you remember that Angel Reese and Ryan Howard can't make a shot to save their lives because they suck. So they don't cover the number, and we lose all 5. So let's recap. Lynx, we laid 5.5. It started off good. If I recall correctly, Minnesota had an 8-0 lead to start the game. That was their largest lead of the entire game. The Valkyries at one point had a 19-point lead. Valkyries win the game 80-66. Minnesota played horribly, 36% from the field, 33% from deep. They win the rebound battle overall. They lose the offensive rebound battle. The free throw disparity was large. Minnesota shot 18. Valkyries shot 8. The Valkyries, however, shot 44% from the field. Minnesota also had 18 turnovers compared to the Valkyries' 9. The main culprits today, Olivia Miles, she went 3 of 12 with 4 turnovers. And then Kayla McBride, 2 of 11, 2 of 9 from deep. None of them were really that close. Fee only shot the ball 10 times. She put up 9, 7, and 2. They didn't get too much help from their bench. The Valkyries, they just played better. Xanda Lassini, 18 points, was not efficient, but she was there. Burton, very efficient, 14, 4, and 9. Gabby Williams, meh. Janelle Salon, great off the bench, 12, 5, and 3. And then Tiffany Hayes, 14, 3, and 4, and a very efficient 5 of 8. This was impressive. I did not think the Valkyries could do this, and Minnesota looked like shite. So that was that one. The Atlanta Dream. I laid 9.5. They did not even score 80 points because they won the game 78-71. So we'll get that one out of the way. But they just can't shoot. Not from deep. They went 6 of 29 from deep. That is 21%. Culprits. Ryan Howard, she went 2 of 12. You had Jordan Canada, 0 of 3. Isabella Borlace, off the bench, 0 of 4. Angel Reese had 26 rebounds. She only made 4 shots the entire game. That's not good. Atlanta also had too many turnovers. For the game total, they had a 15-11 turnover loss margin. That's not good. The Sparks, they didn't play well either. They shot 17% from deep. Combined, these teams went 9 of 47. So that's fun. All right, well, let's recap. That was awful, but it is okay. College football is in 5 days, and that's all that matters. Okay, let's get into the video. All right, first game we got, I'm taking the Chicago Sky, laying 5.5. It's a decent amount, but once you look at the injury report, you realize the Connecticut Sun might not have a starting center. So that's a wee bit of a problem. I will also take the over. Sky starting 5, Vandersloot, Taylor, Cloud, Stevens, Cardoso. Sun starting 5, Ledger Walker, Rivers, Miller, Burke, Nelson, Adota. Not the best of games, but it is what it is. You got to play them. Decent amount of action going on with the injury report. Chicago Sky really only have one person. Skylar Diggins is still ruled out. She is faking a leg injury. And then obviously Rakia Jackson, she tore her ACL. What is that, like 3 months ago at this point? Connecticut Sun is the interesting one. Layla Lacan is ruled out. Then they have both Olivia Nelson-Odota questionable. Brittany Griner is questionable. If neither of them play, the starting center matchup is going to be egregious. Cardoso and Stevens against who knows and who knows. So that could be rough. Chicago Sky, they just allowed the Fever to score 113. I don't know how much you can really read into that because they just had Clark and Mitchell combined for, I want to say, like 67 points or something like that. Chicago 5-5 in their last 10 games. They're 2-1 straight up against the Sun this season. They really shouldn't have any problems. Like, even if Nelson Adota and BG play, like, I like the matchup of Azare and Camilla. The Sun, they're 9-27. This is their fourth to final home game ever as the Connecticut Sun. I would assume these games are going to be pretty well crowded. I'm just not sure how much of a difference that makes when you're missing your starting point guard, could be missing your starting center. This team's not good. Like, they don't have anyone good on the roster besides Lacan, who's injured. I do like Nelson Adota, but she might not play. And Haley Van Lith doesn't even get minutes. So I don't know what you want. Give me Chicago, give me the over. Then the next game, I'm going to try one more time fading Dallas without AZ Fudd. Give me Portland plus 8.5. Give me the under 176.5. Fire starting five. Late Carlton, Puch, Engsler, and DeLeo. Wings starting five. Page, Enrique, Kawir, Shepard, and Smith. It hasn't worked the previous two times. We've had a combination of Page and Enrique both going for 32, which kind of dumbed me down there trying to fade Dallas. One more time though. That's it. Just once. Portland, all their people are healthy besides the one who have been out for the entire season, aka Sarah Ashley Barker. Then Dallas, you have AZ and James, both ruled out. Portland 15-22. 2 weeks ago, they were really the only team that could have made a run to push the final team in the playoffs, but not anymore. Their season's over. They've already played the Wings twice this year. Both of these games have been very close. One they won by a single point, and the other one they lost by 4. They've played in close games every single game for their previous 7. Their largest margin of victory and or loss in their last 6 games is 7 points either way. And we're getting 8.5 here. They've played better teams than Dallas in that stretch. I think they've been playing good basketball, trying to finish the season strong. I like them plus 8.5. The only thing they got to do, you got to stop 2 people. Well, one of 2 people, Paige or Enrique. You cannot let them both torch you. That has happened both times in the previous games. You got to stop them. Kawir can't shoot. Shepard's not shooting, and then neither can Alana. Just stop the guards, and you're okay. On the right-hand side of the screen, you will see I can't even look at him without laughing. And his Cantor, I mean, if you haven't seen it, you go look it up. He tried to get, well, Natasha Cloud tried to get in a fight with him, and then Ennis Cantor just kind of stood up, and everyone just started yelling at him because they're losers. But, yep, funny story, funny man. What is a woman? I don't know. Do you? This game, Mystics, Mercury, the most interesting thing to note about this game is DeWanna Bonner is no longer on the Phoenix Mercury. If you missed that happening in the last few days, Phoenix bought out her contract. Basically, in short, what that means, DeWanna Bonner is going to retire at the end of this season. She is not trying to go out on a losing team that has 0 chance of making the playoffs. And what I think is going to happen with Nalissa Smith's injury in Las Vegas, I think they're just going to pick up DeWanna Bonner. They're going to move her to the 4, put Asia at the 5, and then try to make that work. So Phoenix has, I don't want to say let DeWanna Bonner leave because they had to buy out her contract, but they can do a mutual agreement for a lower price than it would have been. So realistically, a mutual parting of ways. I believe DeWanna Bonner started her career in Phoenix, or at least played the majority of it in Phoenix. So probably not the easiest decision for her to make, especially because also her wife is there and Alyssa Thomas. But if you're trying to win going out for your final year, you might as well get it done. I'm taking the Mercury plus 2.5. I really have no evaluation on this game. Yeah, that is it. Mercury under. Player prop, I'm going Carla Late. I like the matchup. It should be a good spot going against a combo of Paige and Enrique. I don't think any of the bigs are really going to be able to switch on to her. Carla Late is not a large human being. She should quite literally just be able to go between the legs of Kawir, Shepard, or Alana Smith. She's not going to enter the paint. I don't think she's going to try to go low between the trees, stay on the outside, shoot it over or around Paige and Enrique. and I think she should be fine. She's had 2 good matchups against the Wings in the previous games, so I don't mind it. I will take Carla Light, PRA over 26.5. Okay, that is it. That is all I have for this video. Thank you for watching and tuning in, even though I suck and went 0-5 today. It happens. That's the way of the road. All right, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.